Meow meow. Meow meow is super cuddly right now. She's like attacking my, wait, what? What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Wait, what? Ah, okay, I see the screen. Sweet. Welcome. Meow meow and I are going to trade on a Tuesday. We notice everything's slimmed down. We've only got one chart now. I took out the dyno stuff. I just felt like it wasn't acting. It wasn't contextually relevant enough for my taste. The bars, like for example, yesterday, very good example. Yesterday, trying to think what happened. I believe yesterday took off, right? And this was just a train up. And the dyno bar, was this it? No, not this one. This one, okay. So it had been moving up, right? Okay, this makes, okay. It had been moving up, and we opened up, and so we obviously didn't have any kind of move on the dyno bars, right? There was just already in that movement up. And then it starts coming down, right? And it closes down, so this whole move was just part of the dyno bars creating that down bar. And then it moves down a little bit, and then it starts its pullback, and so you're looking for this entry here, but in reality, you missed this whole thing, you missed this whole thing, and now you're missing this whole thing because you're trying to go short through this whole thing, right? So, like, that doesn't really have any contextual relevance to what's actually happening, because then by the time it gets up here, now it's like, oh, okay, you want to go long, right? It's a directional system, but it missed all the directions. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, well, how useful is that? Anyways, now that we've shot up nice and high, right? Now, let's see here. From the Tokyo session, we've been kind of topping off, coming down. Oh, shit, now that I look at this. The London session, we've just been cruising down. So actually, I'm looking for a train down. Thank you very much. So where's the latest? You know what's interesting? The way I look at this, though, is I see a train down, right? Yeah, I see a train down. So for that, create this bad boy. We got 10 minutes. But that's not to say, because I've got a third trade now, and I took out the other ones, the dyno ones. The Gunblade is back. The Gunblade is back, and what I see here is it kind of is bottoming down, right? But then also, we just closed up higher here. So this could, there's another trade I see. It's right here. Wherever this pullback finishes is this bad boy here. But I am more focused on this, which it is approaching. it just hit that entry, and we're still 8 minutes. So we'll just wait. It's all good. We can wait. Wow, why is it so laggy? You know what? I'm gonna. Oh man, this thing is crazy laggy. Let go. Oh my god, that's crazy. All right, well, we'll just trade in slow motion. That's all. Yeah, we got this. I can do this slow-mo style. We got 6 minutes. All right. Six minutos. Oh. I spent some time last night re-strategizing my calisthenics workouts. Originally, I had 3 workouts. One was like a pushing, where it works on vertical pushing and horizontal pushing. And then I had one workout that works on pushing and pulling, and then I had one workout that works on pulling vertical and horizontal. And so I had 5 goals, right? I had a vertical push goal of handstands, a horizontal push goal of tuck planche, and then I had a push-pull goal of muscle up, and then I have a pull vertical goal of pull over, and a pull horizontal goal of friendly round. I watched a video. It's like, I used to do 5 goals, and that was too much because I wasn't focused enough, so I moved it down to 3. All right, so let's adjust this down to here. Okay. So yeah, I see 2 moves here, to be honest, because the overnight train is shooting down, but then this looks like it's bottoming out for a Gunblade up, is what I see. We got 3-ish. So what I did was I realized, I'm like, you know what? Practicing the handstand is actually an easier move than practicing tuck planche. Tuck planche takes a lot of strength. And it takes a technique and all that stuff. So I found that I'll just go for the handstand and turn it into this full-on push workout that's centralized around the handstand, but also does a lot of pushing, a lot of different kinds of push-ups and whatnot. And I feel like, and core and all that good stuff. And I believe that by the time the idea is that by the time that progressive routine gets me into my handstand, then I can move on to other pushing stuff like tuck planche or press into handstand or whatnot. The pulling one, I just decided to go slim it down to the pullover, because the pullover is a hell of a lot easier than a front lever. Pullover is a very beginning move, and lever is like advanced. So yeah, I just made it centralized more around the pullover and had more like slow twitch pulling moves and whatnot to help with kind of that advancement. And then that can evolve into other pulling, like slow twitch pulling moves like front lever, back lever, or festos, or whatever else. And then I'm leaving the muscle up just as the muscle up because that was a great model workout because everything in that workout centralized around building towards the muscle up. It was very explosive, fast twitch pulling and fast twitch pushing. So lots of different kinds of dips, lots of different kinds of pull-ups. I would do like weighted pull-ups. I do different styles. I do explosive, all kinds of like high pull-ups and explosive pull-ups and that stuff. And of course, reverse progressing through the muscle ups and a bunch of core too. So it was a beautiful workout. I just had a good time. I had a great time doing it yesterday. It was in the snow, so it was freezing. Some of the bars were cold, making my hands all cold, but it was super, super fun. I felt really, really good and accomplished after it. I feel like I'm progressing towards it. And then when I was doing my workout on Sunday with the handstand and tuck planche, it was just not as satisfying. And so I feel like by slimming down and focusing, I'll find a lot more joy in that, working towards a common goal. All right, so it's kind of caught in the middle. I'm going to try putting a cell here and a buy here. And removing the targets as usual. I think the buy target's up here. And see what happens. Why not? Why not, guys?
Stop field.
It looks mixed.
Stop field. Oh, this thing is hella slow. Yeah, meows on my chest. Meow meows on my chest. It's a pretty mixed day, you know. I think that when the Gunblade and the Phantom Train have a mixed, I don't know. Oh, it touched the bottom.
Okay. Okay. It could be a mixed day. Yeah, it looks like so far, because what I saw was, yeah, from midnight it had been moving down, but then it looks like it's been bottoming out, is what I've seen. So let's stick with that theory. It's been coming down, and now it looks like it's been bottoming out. And we might, yeah, I was thinking it might pull down and start to work its way up, was my theory.
Stop filled.
And up we go. Yeah, definitely not a train day. Hoping for a Gunblade up. Kind of pulled down, shooting up, right? Just praying for that. Looks a little mixed today. I have a feeling, since I had a mixture, I'm like, is it Gunblade or French train? I was confused. That already is a sign when you're mixed that it could be a mixed day. It might not be super good to trade that day. I think the Gunblade and the Phantom Train have to be in alignment with each other. If the Phantom Train is saying one thing and the Gunblade's going the other, that doesn't make sense. Right? Right, they should always be in alignment. That's true, huh? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. It's interesting, right? Yeah, we're just getting this like very rangy kind of behavior right now. It's not much conviction, right? Yeah, and usually like a phantom train will just take off. So this is not taking off. So I'm looking more at this. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to do. There's a lot of upside potential with it bottoming out and maybe cruising up. But yeah, we'll see. Where I heard ES is close to a major well, I mean it busted above 3K a while ago. I don't know what everyone's talking about. But ES definitely looks like it bottomed out for sure. And it's ready to cruise up. You know, that's what I got to be doing. I got to look at other instruments to kind of get a gauge of what the heck's going on here. NQ looks like does not look sustainable. NQ looks like it's ready to crash. Look at that, like it spiked there and it's just losing steam. Yeah. I think she wants to go outside. Alright, I'm gonna let Nyama outside. Okie dokie.
Fuck yeah or fuck no? What is it? No, you can't live in between. That doesn't work like that. If you're in between, you're just gonna get a mixture of bullshit. It's either fuck yeah or fuck no. What are you gonna give it? Is it fuck yeah, I'm gonna go outside and play in the sun? Or is it fuck no, I'm gonna play in the sun? You gotta approach life with confidence. Oh, alright, let's fuck no.
Oh man, this day does not look helpful. I know, right? It just looks like, oh, this is not a good day to be trading. I don't know. The heck is this? It went up and then up, and that's what the hell is going on? You know what it is? I don't know. See, we got a major news coming out Wednesday and Friday and stuff like that. So I feel like the Monday move was sort of like, I don't know, people like lining themselves up or something. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. Today could be a mixed day just because of all the news coming out soon tomorrow, and this might not be the greatest. I mean, yesterday was phenomenal. That's why I was like, you know what? Fuck the news. Let's make money. And now I'm like, maybe not. Yeah, I just want this thing to have some strong conviction to the upside. You know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. This thing is kind of ridiculous, but you know what? That's a lower high, or lower low, higher low, higher low. Oh my god, what time is it? Oh, I got it hilarious, but I got it decent honestly. But I did go to bed a little bit late. I was researching about poetry. Yeah, I've been contemplating the medium by which to provide my wisdoms. I want to teach about mastery, and I want to teach about mastery, and I want to teach about come on, market. What's NQ doing? Oh, NQ. I don't know, man. Oh, ES broke up. Come on. Follow ES. Although ES had a better base, it had a better bowl shape. You see this? This is a nice bowl shape. And so this created a nice little like thing for it to pop out of. So I can see the justification in that with ES moving up. RTY on the other hand had a little bit of a sketchier top bottoming, not quite as strong. So it might take more to get this thing going if it does decide it wants to keep going up. Yeah, that's just where this guy's at. But meow meow. She's like, oh man. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Well, I guess we should bring our stop in, right? I guess so. Good lord. This thing is crazy. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this didn't bowl as much, right? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of upside possibilities. It already came down a bunch overnight. All right, you see all that? Like it was up there 1580. So there's possibilities. I think today I am not going to eat meat. It'll be meatless Tuesday. Wait, it's supposed to be meatless Monday. Well, today's meatless Tuesday. Not Taco Tuesday. It's meat with none. Meat none. Meat none Tuesday. That sounds like a hermetic holiday. Yeah, attack it. Attack everything in sight. Be cute, cuddly, and attacking, and death-ridden. Cats are some of the darkest creatures. Yeah. Their whole goal is to bring extinction and mass genocide to all the birds and the rodents. And they will not stop until there are none left. And if there's some left, then they will do everything they possibly can to exterminate the last ones. That's what she did. You know, it was like getting snowier, and she knew there couldn't have been too many birds or mice left alive. Actually, there's tons of birds alive, and probably the mice are living somehow too. But she kept going out to try and find them, and she used to find them all the time, but the last time she was out, like over the weekend, she was not so successful. Aho, traveler, we get a break to the upside.
Order filled.
I'm just going to stop there. I don't know why. But I made profit. All right. Yeah. But you know what? Because it's interesting, right? I'm trying to think about how this was from here to here. It looks like it's coming down. Well, before we have that. Right? It does look like it's coming down, but we got this. I think it's super subtle, right? Because I think on here, the Phantom Train is down, but the Gunblade looks up. There's this subtle secrecy, and that's what this is about. Is it's reading the subtle language in the overnight. Because honestly, actually, if you go back, you can read the subtle language and so what happens is you see the move down, right? So you ask your question: is it trending down, or is it bottoming out, or has it reversed? Right? And so here, right, this is trending down. Every time it pushes through, it's making progress. But here, right, it's not making progress, and it's going the other way. It's breaking to the top side. So there's this subtle language. And this is the art of the Gunblade. Where, yes, we did have this trend down, but then we've got this subtle language telling us it's actually bottomed out and it's preparing for a reverse. And this is the reverse, right? And that's, I mean, I captured a little bit of that, but ideally you would just probably bring your stop up here, allow this to pull back, blah, blah, blah. Actually, 75 was. So yeah, you just follow this trail up, basically. Yeah, Gunblade, you know, because now I'm using Gunblade in so many different circumstances in the market, I'm just using a trail on it because, you know, some days there is going to be a trend, but a lot of days it's not. There's a lot of mixed kind of days. So, yeah, Gunblade, you just want a trail. The pump is that one notoriously is more likely to trend. So if there's a pump in the day and then it shoots the other way, that one I treat it more trend-like in nature. Actually, you know what? Let me pop this open. So yeah, I think my days are going to start being a bit shorter because I'm not going for these long ass moves anymore. Let's see. You know we came to get down. All right, so the one thing that I was doing, let's see if it'll show up. Over here. Okay, so yeah, you can see that dude now. So the concept is that, okay, let's say I'm trading, if I was trading this train and it kept going down, it would stay red, right? But I took this trade long, and the bar closed up, signifying, I don't know. See, I still don't think these are very contextually relevant, because this could just be a range. Like it just doesn't hold any relevance, really. You know, like it could just be like this, or it could be like this, right? Or it could be like that, or like that. It's just so unbound, and I just feel like it takes out a lot of important information. Like here with this 1 minute chart, I can see the nuances, and because I can see the details of what's happening here, I know which way it's going to move, right? And now I know, I feel like Gunblade trumps train. Like if the Gunblade is saying it's bottomed out, moving up, you want to pay attention to that subtlety. That subtlety is more important than the train moving down. I think that's one of my gifts, is that I can recognize the subtleties, and I'm sensitive to that. When things, the structures are shifting, and then you trade with that. You trade with this. Yeah, it's interesting. Just like, well, yeah. But if you look at, whoa, whoa. So, yeah, here, there's clearly a train up, right? The Gunblade was up. Train is up. So, yeah, the Gunblade subtleties show this moving higher, pulling back, right? Setting up for this long. So the Gunblade and the train are aligned. Yeah. That's good. That created a strong upward push. And here the train is kind of coming down, but the Gunblade was like, no, it's up. So then you trade up. And you always have to take, because the thing is, what's interesting about taking these, you always want to go to the last pullback. Well, in this case, if we take the train down, right, this one was higher than that. So that doesn't even make sense. You don't, if I take this train down, you want this pullback higher, and you want to enter there and have your stop back here, because you don't know where the most recent pullback ends, right? So for example, you enter in here, you don't know where this pullback ends. Maybe it's coming up here and then coming down more and then shoots up, right? You don't know. So therefore, you put your stop back at the last pullback. It's a little riskier, but it pays off, just like it paid off today. Because at first, I had my stop here below this. The most recent pullback was here, and I had my stop here, or I think it was, stop was here, and I entered here, and then I was like, wait a second, I don't know how far this is going to pull back. So I put it behind this guy, and it tapped down. I also had this feeling, I'm like, it's not ready to just blast off. It's probably going to pull back and then shoot up. That was my thinking. And so then I put my stop back here, and then it came down, tested right at the line. We literally were one tick away from getting knocked out, and then it started working its way up. Just like magic. But this is not a strong day so far. I don't know. You never know. Like, any day can start out super weird and then turn into like the best day ever. Or it could start out just amazing, right? And then peter out super fast. Or it can just stay amazing through the whole time, or just stay shitty the whole time. You don't know. That's the crazy, the chaos part. It's chaotic, man, but it's like structured chaos, right? It's intelligent chaos, because there's all these intelligences partaking in this model, this game. I think it's chaotic because there's no 2 days that are the same. That to me is like chaos. But it's structured because even though no 2 days are the same, there are elements that repeat. There are many, many different elements that repeat. So many elements, in fact, that's why there's so many different ways to make money in the market. Because there's a lot of repeating patterns. And I think that's part of the game of trading, is that, okay, so, yeah, I don't know, maybe I would have had my stop here or something. Yeah, I would have been, this is a pretty tight situation. But, so yeah, I mean, ES is definitely poised better for a sustainable move up. Obviously, yeah, I was like, see what I said? I don't know. This is just like, I've been staring at these charts for so many years that I've developed an intuition, and I've seen so many damn things that I can just tell when, something, I told you, like, this thing started to work itself up, but it just spiked up here, right? This is not sustainable. Like, when it was here, like, that's just not sustainable behavior, right? You've got this solid level here that's holding, and it just poked into it and then came down, and now it's just turned the other way, right? So NQ is coming down, but ES looks more sustainable to the upside. We'll see how much that holds, though. It's kind of doing the same thing where it's settled at a level and then it's poking up. But at least it has this more of the bowl shape here. So if it can get some more movement, if this keeps coming down and start failing to that, if this pulls down enough, we could start seeing this thing start to fail and move down more. But if it can maintain some solid progressive movements up, then it can continue to hold this structure together. RTY, my buddy RTY. It also settled on a move, and then it broke down, and then it started to bottom out, but it wasn't as strong of a bottom out. And so we got this pullback here, testing down, and now we got this push up. Yeah, again, we got the same thing. It looks like it's going to have some trouble moving higher, but yeah, and it could fail and start moving down lower. I think maybe that's why it took profit. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. news, I feel like there's not too much exciting about today. No major moves or anything like that. Yesterday was a bit more exciting. But anyways, we're going to have some crazy ass news coming up. So we'll see how that goes. Have an epic day. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.